Hi, and welcome to Soul Infused Holidays. I'm super excited to be here with you today. What is today? Today is day number 3. Remember, I'm going to be here for you Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific time, every day this week and next week, Monday to Friday. Okay, great. And let's kick this off. Yesterday I spoke about emotions, how to handle emotions, challenging, difficult emotions. If you haven't watched that, definitely go back and watch it. And if you are on the replay right now or live, leave a comment below, say hello so that I know you're there. Or if you're watching me on YouTube or Instagram, wherever you are finding me and connecting with me, leave me a comment below. Send me a message so that I know you're here. Heather is here. Hello, good morning. Paige is here. Fantastic. People are jumping in. It always takes a moment. So yesterday, the topic of emotions is a very big topic. So I've decided to dive a little bit deeper into today, talk about trigger points. What are actually triggers? How to stay calm when you get triggered, and how can you actually avoid getting triggered in the first place? And if you're new to my show, if you're new to my work, I'm Sonia Bueno de la Torre. I'm a self-love and energy coach, and I'm passionate about helping women and men to step into the worthiness and the power of their soul to make the difference in the world they're meant to do. So who else is here? Valerie's here. Good morning, Tina. Hi, Tina, saying hi to everyone. Let the comments come in. So let's dive into triggers. What are triggers? Why do we get triggered? How to deal with triggers? And let me ask you, do you get triggered sometimes? And I'm waving Instagram. Someone is waving, hi. It's amazing. I love technology. I have people from all over the world. It's amazing. The opportunity for me to work and inspire and influence people all over the world. If you're hearing me well, if you're liking the topic, hit the like or love button so I know this is resonating with you, and I'm gonna dive in right away. Hi, Alyssa, happy you're here. Fantastic. So what are triggers? And of course, I can only dive in such a little amount and scratch the surface on this topic. So if you want to dive deeper into that and know more about it, don't hesitate to reach out to me. So when we get triggered, what does that actually mean? Let me give you an example. And I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago, and she's just about to get married. And she's beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, gorgeous in any way that I can imagine. So we were having a conversation, and she was sharing with me privately that when she went out to do some bikini shopping for her honeymoon, that she went with 2 friends of hers, and those friends are really close friends, and she got triggered. And here's what happened to her. And it was very shameful for her to share it with me. And she actually said she never shared that with anyone, that she actually feels that way, because she was even embarrassed that she felt that way. So they were bikini shopping, and one of her friends were in there, and she put the bikini on and she showed, and everybody loved it. But her thing was that she, in her opinion, has very small breasts, and she always suffered from it. I didn't even know that. She never shared it. And in that moment when she was with these 2 other girlfriends who also were trying on bikinis, and she saw their body, she started comparing herself, she started to criticize herself, and she really got triggered to feel very bad about herself. That is one way to get triggered. Any emotion can be triggered, but I wanted to give you one tangible example that a lot of women can relate to. I mean, I can certainly, if you know my story. So what happened to her is that she was in such emotional distress that she didn't enjoy the shopping anymore. Way worse, she got home and she felt so bad about her body that when she met with her fiance, she couldn't really enjoy. She couldn't enjoy the connection. She couldn't enjoy being intimate, and she kind of ruined the whole day. That's what she's sharing. Well, I'm sharing this with you as through the work that she was doing, and I was helping her through some of her issues and shifting your energy, because these trigger points, anything that gets triggered in you that has a strong emotional response. A trigger point is creates a strong emotional response. So anytime you feel like you have an intense emotional response that out of proportion and maybe not justified to the current situation, you know it's a trigger point, and you know then already that there is wounding from the past. So getting triggered means that something from the past gets triggered, and then the emotion from the past are coming up and intensify what's happening in that moment in your life experience. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Am I landing here? Do you resonate? Do you know these triggers? Just want to make sure you're hearing me here. Hi, Instagram. And okay, I was just checking the comments. Sorry. So can you resonate with that? Do you relate to being triggered? It could be by a person, it could be even by something you hear or see, but usually it's a person that says or does something that triggers something in us. So the point in sharing this story, because it's such a relatable story, if she would have not done the inner work to release that trigger point, she would have not only been miserable for the rest of the preparation of the wedding, and she would have totally missed out on the joy of it, and also have not been able to enjoy the honeymoon. And so many women go through that. I speak to women for the last 15 years I've been coaching. I've spoken to hundreds of women from all over the world. And I keep hearing this so often that, oh my God, if I would have felt better about myself, or if I wouldn't have been emotionally so triggered, I would have actually enjoyed my honeymoon more, or my vacation, or whatever it is. Let me know if that resonates with you. And when you go deep inside and you heal the wound from the past on an energetical level, not only on a mental level, I said that yesterday, or I don't know if I said that yesterday or another time, you don't heal through thinking, because you know that there's no point in feeling bad, you know, and you would be better off enjoying yourself and loving yourself. Wouldn't you agree? We know this, right? Consciously. So you don't heal through thinking. You heal through going deep, doing the deeper inner work to face the wound or the piece of pattern that we haven't faced yet, and to heal it on an energetical level and an emotional level, so you can release, so that you're free from it. So next time, for example, in this example, you go out shopping and you try something on and your friends are with you, you don't compare yourself and you don't get triggered, because that wound is not active anymore in your system. And the truth is that we cannot face those wounds from the past by ourselves, because we're blind to them. We self-sabotage. We don't want to face them. There's a resistance on a subconscious level. That's why I'm a huge advocate of you working with someone, and I'm not attached to working with me. I'm happy if you want to work with me. However, I'm more attached that you do the work at all. I happen to be, when it comes to energy work and deep inner work, I've had so much experience that I can help you. However, just get help in any way. So, and if you have questions about emotions, triggers, leave them below. And I would love to know. Alyssa saying, of course, it resonates mostly when I'm having sex, too aware of my body image. Oh my God, Alyssa, I'm so happy you mentioned that. Thank you for being transparent and open. And I will actually, not on the Soul Infused holidays, but I'm going to have a whole training around that, because this is so a wounded place, sexuality, female body, how we feel in our bodies. I remember the days when I was lying there and the only thing I was thinking when I was having sex is, oh my God, he's seeing the scars on my breasts. Oh, he's gonna think I'm ugly. What is he gonna think about it? And I was in such shame and in such distress that I couldn't enjoy having sex. I couldn't enjoy the pleasure that sexuality gives us. So thank you for bringing that up. That's just one example. We get triggered a lot when it comes to intimacy. So the solution, or the most important thing for you to do in order to get less triggered, is to heal the wounds that are causing the trigger in the first place. I guess that makes sense, right? So that's the work that you get to do. Another thing that you can do when you're still having those triggers, because you're still working on it, I'm still working on it. I mean, it's part of our experience and our human life. So everybody gets triggered, by the way, right? It's just the question, how often do you get triggered and how quickly do you get out of it? That's the huge difference. It's about freedom. It's the freedom of feeling good about yourself, no matter what else is going on in the world or what anyone says. So if this resonates with you, let me know. If you have questions, let me know too. Another thing that you can do when you get triggered, and I share this and I repeat this like a broken record, and I will because it's so powerful and we often forget. You want to take a deep breath. What happens when we get triggered, we go into unconsciousness, we go into an automatic pattern and our awareness drops. We are not that adult person anymore talking to someone. We are this hurt little child or this angry, resentful little child or whatever that is in reaction. It has nothing to do in that moment with the present moment. So that's what's happened when you get triggered, is that you lose the present moment and you fall back into that wounding place, and it happens totally unconscious and it triggers the wounds from the past. So when that happens and you have some awareness, the first thing you want to do is you do not want to react. So you want to give yourself 10 seconds, and that seems like a lifetime when you get triggered. And yet you can maybe start with 3 seconds, okay? So when you get triggered next time, the first thing you want to do is you take a breath. Take a breath with me, because taking a breath always shifts your energy. You take a deep breath and you count internally 1, 2, 3. If that's all you can do, you count till 3. You force yourself not to react. And the breath is super important. Without the breath, it doesn't really work as well. Okay, so imagine last time you got triggered. I'm sure you got triggered not too long ago. Happens all the time. Go back to that moment, step into yourself, and take a deep breath. And count until 3. Focus on your breath, focus on your counting, and in those few seconds that you allow yourself to become present, to step in, so that instead of just being a victim of your reaction, that you have a conscious choice. So try it out. This is super powerful. And of course, if you are triggered very strongly, that might not work right away. You get to do the work. You get to practice. It doesn't happen overnight. However, if you really want to be free and you want to react in a way that feels good to you and to the other person, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Okay. So I'm going to be here a few more minutes. Let me know what's resonating with you and if you have any questions. And I know that for some of you, you're still struggling with getting triggered and having strong emotional responses, and maybe you are working on it as we speak. And if you need or want support around this for your next step, and that might not apply to everyone, but if you're someone that wants support and needs support, leave a word in the comment section called trigger. And maybe you want to even put it super like big letters like trigger. Leave a comment below saying trigger, and I will reach out to you and see how I can help you to take a next step on your journey, so that you can get the support to be less triggered and to be able to stay calm in such challenging situations. So if you want some extra, and it doesn't matter if you're on the replay of your life, and if you're on Instagram, DM me. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment. I invite you to ask for help and to get the support you need. Leave a comment below with the word trigger, and I will reach out to you. So taking a breath, counting to 3, and there's another way to stay calm. And that is a little bit more advanced. However, it's the first part is the same. You take a breath, and immediately what you do, you bring your energy in and you connect to your higher self. You connect to a higher vibration of who you are. And you can do this with me. While I'm teaching you this, I'm doing it. You might resonate with it. Maybe you're not feeling it yet because you're not as connected yet to your higher self. But the best thing you can do is to shift your energy and go above the trigger point, above the emotion, meaning you turn your inner eye up and you go to your third eye and to your higher self. I feel that some of you are actually doing it because I can feel the shift in the whole group, because everything is energy and I'm in tune with all of you, even if you're on the replay, because energy doesn't know time and space. You are amazing. Do you feel the difference? Let me know. And if you don't feel the difference, don't worry about it. You can totally learn this and I can totally help you with this. You're not alone. So let's recap real quick. And if this makes sense, if this is valuable to you, click the like or love button so I can get a notification and I know I'm actually landing here for you, because I'm committed to making a difference for you. A trigger point, when you have a strong, intense emotional response, there's always a wounding underneath that gets triggered from the past. You get to do the work to release that on an energetical and emotional level so that next time that happens, it's just not hitting the wound anymore because the wound is healed. One way to stay calm when you get triggered or you deal with challenging emotions, and watch yesterday if you haven't, because there's another really, really important part of it that you want to know, is to take a deep breath as soon as you notice yourself getting triggered. And you count internally until 3 before you even react. You force yourself not to react. You give yourself time and space. And then lastly, you go up to your higher self so that you can actually react from a soul-infused space versus an angry, wounded, emotional state. Okay, so I hope this was valuable. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want some support or some input on what could your next step be if you're still struggling with trigger points and how to deal with emotions, leave a comment below here, live or on the replay, with the word trigger, and I will reach out to you and support you in whichever way I can. Alyssa Page is saying, judging disapproval came up for me to heal this week. Okay, great, Paige. Yeah, feeling judged and disapproved is a big trigger point. And Alyssa is saying landing. It's landing. Thank you. Sonia Kane, sweet, helped you with the triggers. She has helped me so much. Thank you, Alyssa. You are one of my rockstar clients, and I really, really encourage everyone who's on the journey to stay on it, because no matter where you are, no matter what you think you've done already, and you think, oh, I've tried everything already, I've done all these trainings, I've done so much inner work. As long as you're still struggling with this and you really want to become free and you're committed to dive deep, you can become free and you get to do the work. And I think I said that yesterday. Most people are actually not willing to do the work. And that's not a judgment or anything. It's just the truth. However, the people, you being here, I know that you're committed, because otherwise you wouldn't even take the time for yourself to listen in. So I appreciate you all. I appreciate you showing up here. Appreciate you sharing. If this was valuable for you, click the share button, share it with someone you love, and make a difference in their life. And come back tomorrow for a new episode of Soul Infused Holidays. To make this year the best rest of the year and to start the new year on a different note. Much love. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye, Instagram. I'm still live.